Norman Finkelstein is a very traumatized person. His parents are Holocaust survivors. He's a very traumatized person. You could see when you talk to him, when he's talking. Norman Finkelstein, he talks like this. That high-pitched voice. There's something, it's like more that you have to have compassion for someone like him. He's a little bit on the spectrum. He doesn't have intellectual understanding. He says, Israel, he basically, he praised the October 7th attacks on Israel. The guy's not normal. It's not like, oh my God, Norman Finkelstein gets me mad. No, the guy's a severely traumatized person. Anyone that knows, I mean, Jewish people watching this are more in the know of the effects of the Holocaust on the second generation. And the non-Jews, they don't really care. They're just whatever. Not non-Jews. The cynical anti-Semites are nasty. They'll use anything to hurt Jewish people or to prove their point. Even a Jew is against Israel. It's like, not that you're trying to win an argument logically. We see what you're trying to do. But Norman Finkelstein is so second generation Holocaust survivors are people that are really traumatized. And I know many of them, or plenty of them I know. And these people they're very difficult people to work with, let's just say, or be friends with. They're difficult. The trauma that their parents had really got implanted in them. And obviously we know the science of it, that it's genetic as well. Norman Finkelstein is a really messed up person. You have to have more compassion for him than hate. And you have to stop clowning him around with these interviews also. It's sad. Now, personally, Norman Finkelstein lives in an apartment in Brooklyn. He's totally broke. I know this because I used to have a friend in Brooklyn, when I lived in Brooklyn, in my building, that told me he used to hang out with all different Jews, and he met up with Norman Finkelstein, and they became friends. He gets no gigs anywhere. Nobody hires him for anything. I mean, first of all, he went on a limb. Obviously, he means it or he doesn't, or is talking out of his psychosis or whatever it is, but he went out on a limb to defend the far left. The far left is not going to come back and help you out. They're not the right. They're not going to be like, oh yeah, let's do a charity. Now I suggest to my friend, let's do a fundraiser for Norman Finkelstein. I said, even if he's totally broke, even if he's totally anti-Israel and essentially creating anti-Semitism, we take care of our own. This guy, Nebuch, he's in the apartment all by himself. So I said, let's do a small fundraiser. We can't raise $10,000 for the guy. You talk to enough people, he raised $10,000 in a fund. He should have himself food to eat. He probably is on food stamps or something. He's over 65. I'm not actually sure what his financial detail is, but he's not. He's way out there. He's way out there. Nobody hires him. He's been probably let go of every job. He doesn't really have income. He's not a person that gets along with other people. He's a severely traumatized person. It's angering to see how he talks about it against Israel. It's very angering to talk how he praised it. He wrote a tweet that he praised October 7th. To say that's frustrating to see is obvious, but you have to take a look. Sometimes you just have to look back and see what's going on. I mean, this guy's out of his mind. Same thing. Gabor Mate is the same thing. Gabor Mate always talks about compassion. And he spoke with zero compassion about October 7th. Again, a severely traumatized person. Anyone who knows children of Holocaust survivors totally gets it. But you don't, because you're a Dunsky moron, idiot that's on TikTok and you don't have good information. It's either you hate Jews or you hate white people or you're just full of hatred. And then you say, you come with an example. You're on Threads and you come with an example. It's stupid. The main thing is that Israel finishes its job. The main thing is that Israel does what it has to do. And the main thing is that you write comedy about Norman Finkelstein ordering a sandwich. Pickles? No? No? Anyway, I forgot my other point.